Hello all. I started as a sustainability fellow this past spring, so a few months ago. I've only been with the program for I guess like 3 months now, and excited to be on board. But some of the projects I've been working on, I've been part of the Divestment Club, which has been a club that's been around Sewanee for maybe like 4 years or so, but we've recently begun picking up more steam. Zach is going to talk to you a little bit more about that. But last Tuesday, a week ago from yesterday, there was a debate that took place, and the debate was structured around the question of whether the university's endowment should consider implementing a socially responsible investing policy, and specifically if it should consider divesting from fossil fuels. And this is a very questionable decision. It's huge. If you're looking at a university's endowment, one of the biggest arguments the counter side had was that this is, an endowment's priority is to make sure it can provide for its students, its faculty, staff, alumni, make sure that it can have everything that a university requires, that it needs to. And by constraining the amount of options that you can invest in, then it's kind of potentially like detrimental to the endowment and to the university as a whole. But we made many arguments against that, talking about financially, it's actually more responsible. Many studies have shown that long-term growth, when you begin implementing socially responsible metrics like environmental, governmental, and sustainability metrics into your investment decisions, you can become more profitable over the long run, even though in the short run, it might not be as evident. There were a lot of interesting conversations that took place. I think that was filmed, and you guys can maybe look into that if you so desire. But it's cool. I mean, if nothing else, it's something that's starting the discussion around this really important topic. I think Yale, like the other day, maybe the vice chancellor or someone very high up, it made like New York Times actually, stated that this is something the university must consider, divesting from fossil fuels. So it's something, a small university like Sewanee, University of the South, it's at least a step towards this, and it's more of a political statement than anything. It's not going to be so detrimental to a fossil fuel company to remove the small holdings that Sewanee has in its stocks. Anyway, it was a pretty cool experience, the debate. We're unsure of exactly how the university is going to respond from there, because it could go in any number of directions. But we're in the Divestment Club trying to work on petitioning and doing a lot of things around making sure it just doesn't fall through the cracks, which it easily could if there's not enough student support and motivation behind making sure it continues and is supported. And then also, that's pretty much the main thing I've been working on this year. I've also this is more of like an aspiration of mine, I really want to get a bike share program to the university, to the campus, and it's possible. Many schools have done it. Vanderbilt has one. They have an awesome bike share program, and they actually have solar panels that power the credit system as you unlock a bike or check it back in, which is so cool because you can just see exactly where the power is coming from when you use this facility. And again, a lot of barriers with that. I've talked to Dean Gentry, and Baird and I talked to Dean Gentry about the possibility of doing this program, and he immediately threw at us issues like health risks, the more injury risks, I guess, liabilities in that way, and also bike stealing. Theft is a huge problem here with bikes. But then this could also be a way, if you can track the student who's using the bikes, there's a way that this company called Zaxter operates, and it's pretty much deals only with universities, and you can use it so that your university ID card can actually swipe out a bike instead of a credit card, which is pretty innovative. And in that way, you don't have to pay something up front unless we decide that that's something that we should do. But I think kind of like the idea is that the green fee would be able to fund this project, and that would be huge because it would be something, as Lee was mentioning, that we can actually participate in, and it's something that we can make use of. And it's like, there's so many problems around traffic, I mean like parking, and just like, you know, not wanting to walk from Dorcas to McClurg or to Fowler. And a bike share program would totally resolve those issues. So that's something that's very up in the air. If any of you are interested in it, feel free to follow up with me on that. But it's exciting for me. I'm excited about it. I'm hoping it can be resolved and kind of pushed through in the next year or so. But I think that's all I got to offer to you guys today.